Hey y'all, I am so excited to be going live and talking to you. All of the places where you see me, this is where we're live. And I'm so thankful that so many people are starting to join in already. I am tripping that we've got numbers in seconds. Um, I'm Melanie White. I'm the founder of Sisyphus HR. And I'm coming to you live today because I want to have a real conversation with you, but I've got notes. And I got to look at my notes because it's my first time, but I'm preparing. I'm preparing because I've got a conference coming up later on this month and I want to be able to speak extemporaneously. And I also want to just get comfortable in front of the camera. And so I'm sharing this moment with you. This isn't a pitch or a webinar or anything like that, although I'll share a free gift with you at the end. This is just an honest conversation, a talk about work, purpose, and what it actually feels like to be alive in your career. Because I've gotten there and I'm so thankful. We're living in a time where people are questioning everything about their work, their value, what's next. And I've spent my whole career helping people and companies figure that out. So whether you're an HR leader trying to make a real impact or a business owner trying to build something meaningful, or someone who's just done pretending and surviving the work week, it's not the same thing as thriving. And this is for you. So grab a cup of coffee, get a Coke, do whatever, get some water, and just let's talk. I've spent 30 years in HR. And when I say I spent 30 years in HR, I really mean it. So this is what I mean. I've worked for CNN, ADP, Accenture, Panasonic, many, many big companies. And I've led global mergers, acquisitions, massive system implementations, HR transformations across continents. I've worked, in Manila and in London, in Germany, in and done all kinds of projects all around the world. And I've also worked with scrappy startups where the HR system was literally a post-it note and a prayer. And so when I started my career, our HR tracking system was a clipboard with everybody's name on it and the projects they were working on. So desktops weren't in the office, they weren't even a thing at that time. So I know a little bit about what it's like to build something from nothing. And I know what it takes to run a global operation with both excellence and heart. So here's what that experience has given me. I've seen behind the veil. I know how companies actually make their people decisions, and I know what skills they value and what they ignore. And I know strategy and people alignment really work. Not the LinkedIn version, not the version that some guru has told you, but what's real. And I have that perspective. And it's rare. So I've made it my mission to share it with you, the people that need it. At Sisyphus HR, I work in two spaces, consulting and coaching. On the consulting side, I help organizations establish and optimize their HR capabilities so that HR can drive the business strategy and not just react to it. But my heart work, the thing that I've been called to do, the thing that lights me up is coaching. And I'm having a ball doing it. And that's where I get to work with individuals and help them unlock their joy, reclaim their dreams, and design a career plan that actually aligns to their skills and talents and what makes the market say, yes, that's the person. And to do that without losing themselves in the process. I get so much joy from watching my clients come back to life. And even when they're uncomfortable, even when it's messy, that's the work of a transformation. And so that is the piece that brings me joy, is to help them navigate through that valley of despair. Now, why do I do it? People always ask me, how did I get into all of this? Well, the truth is, I flunked out of law school. Yep, I'm saying that here on a big old public forum. I failed. Full stop. There's nothing else I can say about that. I thought I was destined to argue cases in court, but God and the universe had a different plan. And honestly, I've never been happier. HR gave me the chance to help people on a deeper level than any courtroom ever could. I found a career where I could use technology, systems, strategy to help people and organizations find real alignment. And that became my zone of genius. And I've been doing it ever since. But here's where it gets real. Back in 2004, I hit a wall. I was working in HR and an employee came to me devastated because um, he had a son who had been born with a cleft palate. And see, I'm reading. I shouldn't be reading, but I'm nervous. I'll get over it in a second. He was born with a cleft palate, and he had been fed through a feeding tube for 12 years. The doctors were finally ready to do surgery, and our new benefits, we had just changed benefits plans, and the new benefits provider said it was a pre-existing condition. And they denied his coverage. And as he shared his story, I realized something horrifying. I didn't care. It wasn't that I didn't care about him, I didn't care about the story or whatever, but I just didn't care. You know, that heart thing where you really like jump in and do everything that's possible. I didn't. I did what was important. It was a horrible story. I understood the magnitude. I did everything by the book to help him. But deep down, I knew I didn't care. Not because I was cold, but because I was empty inside. I knew I had nothing left to give. And that moment broke something open for me. 4 months later, I left that job because I had been told early in my HR career, when you stop caring about people, you got to get out of frontline HR. You got to do something different because it's all about caring for the people. And I was committed to that. I had a great mentor and knew to do that. But I had hit that moment and there it was. So I left. I left that job and moved into HR systems and analytics. And what I eventually learned, what it took me years to learn, is that I couldn't care about that man or his son because I didn't care for myself. Not that I didn't like myself or whatever, but I wasn't caring for me. I was focused on my career, focused on work, focused on everything else externally and not me. Now, I didn't know that in a moment, so don't give me any accolades for that. But that realization sent me on a journey of healing, not just professionally, but personally. I worked with coaches, therapists, stylists, estheticians, you name it, I did it. I took yoga teacher training. I did meditation retreats, sound baths, spa treatments, aromatherapy, all of it. All in the name of learning how to actually care for myself. And here's what I discovered. How you feel about yourself directly impacts how you perform at work. If you don't truly value yourself, you'll accept less in your career, in your paycheck, and in life. Every single time. I did. And that's why I became both a certified coach and a yoga teacher because strategy without soul leads to burnout. My work blends both of them, strategic clarity and soulful alignment. I help people with what I call corporate PTSD. Whether you know it or not, you have to find peace and balance and purpose again. You don't have to blow up your life to create the life you want. You just need the right strategy, structure, and support. And because I'm an extreme planner, I'm not going to let you walk away just feeling good. I make sure you have a plan with actionable goals and a support system for success. That's what I do. I help you plan your next charity, your next chapter with clarity, joy, and direction. See, I'm reading. I'm going to stop reading. I'm going to learn this stuff. But this is a transformational journey for me too, to be able to share what I do with all of the people who see me on the internet, Facebook, and everywhere else. So thank you for letting me share. If any of this is resonating with you, if you're feeling stuck, over it, underwhelmed, or just tired of pretending that your career feels fulfilling when it really doesn't, I want to invite you into conversation with me. I am looking to partner with people and organizations who need what I have. People who are ready to align their purpose with their work. Organizations that want HR to actually drive the business strategy, not just react to it. And if any of my HR friends are on here, they know that many times we spend our lives in reactionary mode, and that takes a toll on our bodies, on our spirits, because we're never able to even be at peace in our own jobs because we're at the whim of some other department that needs something. So if this is you, let's talk. This is my cheat code for you. You can have joy and strategy. You can ascend your career and feel good about your life. And they don't have to compete. Here's what you could do for me right now. If you're watching this live or on a replay, drop a comment and tell me one area of your work or life where you're craving more clarity or joy. I will personally respond. And yes, it'll be me because I haven't figured out AI enough to have it respond for me. But I'm going to eventually. Trust. If you're an organization that needs to realign your HR strategy, let's connect. If you're an individual, yet a regular person day to day who's ready to rediscover what's next, I've got you. You can learn more about me and what I do at sisyphushr.com. That's sisyphush.com. Or just send me a message. Let's start the conversation. And I'm going to scroll down because I'm not fancy enough to do this without telling you what I'm doing yet. See that QR code up there? Over there? That QR code will take you to a free gift. I mentioned it at the beginning, and if you're still here or if you're watching this on replay and you're still on, you got a gift. You deserve it. As a free gift, you can scan that QR code and download my free workbook, Unapologetic Leadership, and it'll help start you on that journey. It's a workbook of questions that'll just start you thinking about what your future needs to be. Because here's the truth. You deserve a career that doesn't drain you. You deserve work that energizes you. And you absolutely deserve to feel like yourself again. Joy and strategy don't have to compete. You can have both, and I can show you how. I'm Melanie White. I'm the CEO of Sisyphus HR, where we help people and organizations lead with purpose, strategy, and soul, and where every transformation begins with a plan. Thank you for being here with me today, and let's stay connected.